Welcome back. It's Windhoek Fashion Week time again, a platform now synonymous for bringing together designers, models and makeup artists all under one banner. Last year's Indigenous Edition turned heads with the stunning Damara Horokhoes showcase, and this year for the opening night, which kicks off tomorrow evening, the spotlight is on the Ovaherero Culture. Joining us tonight is Tjuna Kauapirurua-Daringo, co-producer of this year's OvaHerero Edition. Tjuna, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, Nina. Thank you for having me.
Well, to start with, talk to us about what inspired the idea of dedicating, a segment of the Windhoek Fashion Week to traditional attire.
Well, initially, Fashion Week has started including and basically celebrating Namibian traditional attires last year when they first did the Damara show. And this is basically, they include them by having the traditional show on the opening night. But the aim is also just to include and celebrate our own traditional attire, before we celebrate the modern looks and obviously the current fashion trends.
We've really seen Windhoek Fashion Week, completely evolve over the last couple of years. So talk to us about how important, platforms like this are to celebrate and preserve Namibia's diverse cultural identity through fashion.
And I mean, you said it as well. You've hit the nail on the head. It's important for cultural preservation, and obviously, also not just for our own identity, but also to teach the upcoming younger people, about our roots. And also, for example, we would also be talking about the meaning of the dress and where it comes from and how has it evolved over the years. And what do you do when it comes to, certain rules around you wearing the dress and what don't you do? So I think it's really a perfect platform for that. Because the responsibility is on us, to educate the next person who's coming after us in terms of, our traditions and our cultures, because this is what our parents used to do. This is what our great-great-parents used to do. They used to pass on the knowledge. And I think this is more of, an informal way of doing that, for our community.
Well, of course, we're excited to see what's going to unfold at the opening evening tomorrow. But talk to us about some of the designers who are, have been involved in creating these OvaHerero-inspired pieces that we'll see this year.
Yes. So the designers will essentially be bringing pieces that have stood out in the past. So most of the pieces that they are going to showcase tomorrow are pieces that they have made for real people, real individual people. And we've asked some of those, real people to come and join the walk with us. So you won't necessarily see professional models on stage. You'll see real people who have had dresses made by these specific designers. And these designers include Patches and All, which is by Angela, and you have Miles Meroro and Kevin, and also Miss Tosi as well. She'll also be one of the designers. And then we've also asked, some of our elders to also just come and embrace the stage, with some of the pieces that they've, had for many, many years or that were passed down, by their parents, for example, just to give us an idea of, what the dress once looked like before it evolved to the modern day dress.
Yeah. And will you be walking the runway this year, Tjuna?
I will be. In fact, I'll be walking for Patches and All, and as well as Miles Meroro.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, beyond the runway, what message is it that you hope, this edition sends about Namibian fashion and cultural heritage?
So tomorrow's event is really a full or an all-rounder. So apart from looking at our dressing or our hero attire, we will also be showcasing some traditional performances, and also we're going to be looking at traditional literature as well. And you will also see that the decor will also be intentional in terms of what we use when we're at the village.
Yeah.
In terms of, what we use for our maire, the pots that we use. So it's going to be sort of like, an experience. What would it be for for a normal hero person
Yeah.
who's at the village. What does that life look like? You know, that's the experience that we were trying to create because we're not just celebrating the dresses, but we're celebrating the entire culture.
That's right. Fantastic. Well, just lastly, where can the public, get tickets, and tell us where and what time the event will be starting?
Okay, so tomorrow's event will be starting at 7 o'clock. The red carpet will be open from 6 o'clock. And you can purchase your tickets on NAM Events. So Namibia, but NAM Events, which is an application that you can purchase via the Google Play Store or your Apple Store. So, or you can also just go to the website or go to your browser and go to NAM Events, and you'll be able to purchase your ticket online.
Fantastic.
There will be also a cash ticket sale tomorrow morning, but we will be dropping those details on our social media platforms. So for any updates, I encourage everybody to please follow the MTC Windhoek Fashion Week pages on your socials for any further updates.
Tjuna, thank you so much for your time this evening. We look forward to seeing your beautiful design tomorrow evening, along with all the other ladies that will be walking the runway, and all the best, and have so much fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I hope to see one or two of you guys there.
Thank you. Well, that was Tjuna Kauapirurua-Daringo speaking to us about the Windhoek Fashion Week that is kicking off their opening night tomorrow evening, showcasing the OvaHerero tradition. And there'll be some beautiful, beautiful dresses walking the runway. Of course, if you'd like to get some more information on tickets, attendance, which days and times and places, everything under the sun, you can go onto their social media pages to get all of that. But from us, we've